더 정하겠네. So where we live? Let's show
All right, well, thank you all so much for being here and making it out on a rainy night this evening. How about one more big hand for Nicholls State University Jazz Band? I feel like it always rains on our concert dates, but it's okay because we always bring the storm in here. And if you didn't know, today is International Jazz Day, which we perfectly planned all the way back in August. That's right, it's not a coincidence at all. Anyway, that first thing we started with is a great jazz standard called A Song for My Father by Horace Silver, and it featured Tristan Terrio on trumpet and Sid Guidry on guitar. What a big hand for them. We're going to move on now to a composition by a great saxophonist by the name Sonny Rollins. This is a tune called Doxy. It was premiered on a Miles Davis record titled Bad Groove around 1957. And it's a special year for Miles Davis. It's his centennial we're celebrating this year. So we try to get as much of the Miles Davis influence in our house as we can this year. So I hope you enjoy Doxy by Sonny Rollins. Oh, big hand for Kayla Miller on saxophone. And that's Jonah Cabrera, your Nicholls house pianist, so there. It's been really great to see this combo grow over my time here, and we had a couple new members this semester as well. So on drums in those last two pieces, it just sounds phenomenal, and I can't say enough how much she's just really improved and really dug into the style and feel. It just sounds fantastic. Put the hand for Jack Roger back there on drums. Like I said, this group has just really grown, not just this semester, but over the past year and my time here. And not only in the level of the difficulty of some of the tunes that we've been working, but the quantity as well. So, after we got through our early first couple weeks, they said, like, hey, can you give us something challenging? I said, absolutely, it's my favorite thing to do. I'm a teacher. I'll just give you hard stuff that you can chew on for a little while. So that's why we're playing tonight a great Jerome Kern standard, All the Things You Are. This truly is one of the staples of our repertoire that we've seen, come out of Broadway shows into the big band swing era, through the bebop era, and still today is that, if you're learning jazz, this is a must know. It's not an easy one either. So I hope you enjoy our rendition of All the Things You Are. So what a big hand for Tristan and Jonah on that one. So like I said, we've had some new members to the group, and for me, one of my new members is one of my own trumpet majors. She said, hey, I'm going to play drums. And I said, hey, I don't know about all that. She's like, wait and see. So a big hand for Danny on drums this evening. The combo's going to do one more for it before we transition into the big band. And we're going to do a Miles Davis tune type 4, which is one of the many great tunes that he composed during his time. And I have to dedicate this song from this week. If you've been hanging around campus this semester, hopefully later this week, we came to our symphonic band concert on Tuesday. This was the final concert for our director of bands, Dr. Jason Ladd, who's sadly leaving us at the end of this semester. And he's been a great friend, a great colleague, and a mentor to me as well in my time here. And he's one of those people that I know is a great colleague of music when you can always talk shop about anything and everything music, especially because, you know, his alma mater is Syracuse, and my parents are Villanova grad. I know that means nothing down here, but where I'm from the Northeast, it's kind of a problem. So he's been very kind to me despite that. But it's been great to talk shop with him, and he's a big Miles Davis fan, so we want to dedicate our version of 4 to him this evening. So cheers to you, Dr. Ladd. It's been a pleasure. Thank you all again. We'll do a quick transition after this. Hope you enjoy 4 by Miles Davis. they can give us a couple minutes and be right back. Thanks. No, there we go. How about one more hand for the swinging band? Don't they sound great? Again, that's Kayla Miller on alto saxophone. Alex Spivey, lead trombone. You cannot deny him, Jordan Cabrera on keys. And what's a great concert without a third drummer? That's Dalton Hirsch on drums, right? If you've been to our concerts before, we always like to feature a number of different vocalists. And I had a really nice opportunity earlier this year. I was one of the judges or clinicians for the District 7. I was our inaugural District Honor Jazz Ensemble for middle school and high school. And I was talking to some of the directors there. It's always tough for us instrumentalists thinking of like, hey, what should be our vocalists to do? And I thought back, I was like, hey, we kind of have like a Frank Sinatra or our generation kind of, well, my generation. I can't be a person anymore because I have a job now. But there's a couple great Michael Bublé tunes. I think what's great about his stuff is that not only does he do great renditions of a lot of the things from the Great American Songbook or from Frank Sinatra and others, but he has some great originals as well. So in programming this year, I said, let's do a Michael Bublé tune. So we're going to bring out our first vocalist, Aiden, this evening. He's going to sing Everything by Michael Bublé. Here's Aiden, everybody. Yeah, give him a hand. So like I said, sometimes I sit and I plan, hey, these would be cool tunes to do for band this year, and sometimes the students just bring them to you. I don't know if you've met some of our students here, but they have a lot to say all the time. That's awesome. I love that. And so I believe it was maybe last year, but Isabel said, hey, I love this Nora Jones song. Can we do it? And I said, yeah, that's great. We're going to do it. It's awesome. It's been really great having her and Aiden and Xander, the ensemble students with us. So we're going to bring out Aiden's better half here, Isabella, to sing Nora Jones' tune called Don't Know Why. Hope you enjoy. Here's Isabella. One more big hand for Isabella. It's been really great to see this band grow and change throughout the semesters. And some people have been with me from when I started the group, and some people are new. I know she just walked off stage, but Devin, come on real quick. How about we get Devin Danis on piano this evening? And how about we get Adrian Dubois on bass back there as well? We're really going to shift gears stylistically now, and we're going to play a chart by an arranger, composer named Gordon Goodwin. There's a lot that can be said about Gordon, and the reason I put one of his charts in the program this evening is that we sadly lost Gordon late last year in 2025 after a little stint with cancer, unfortunately. If you don't know Gordon, you know his music. He's a really renowned Los Angeles musician, composer, arranger. If you've been hip to any of the Incredibles movies, he did the music for the last rendition of West Side Story as well too. You've basically seen a motion picture in the past 25, 30 years. You've probably heard Gordon's music arranging. He's also very well known for his big band, Gordon Wood's Big Fat Band, PHAT. Funny group, silly name, silly titles and tunes as well too. And I had to really speak some to him because I think what can be tough about jazz is that we spend so much time talking about greats from decades and eons ago, and as the 80s continues to grow, it's good to recognize modern composers. I think something that can be very well said about Gordon is that he introduced a lot of people to jazz. I know for myself, I'm still at the end of the CD era, I promise, and the first real big band CD I got was Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band Swinging for the Fences, which is a great record everyone should go and check out. His band has just some of the best working musicians in Los Angeles, and everyone from Wayne Bergeron to Andy Martin, to Eric Manfall, Sal Lozano. It's just a great band. He's created a great legacy, not only of music, but he also does a ton of arranging education from middle school, elementary school, high school jazz bands. So the mark he's left not only on me as a musician, arranger, composer, but on jazz education in general is incredibly notable, and I could spend a lot of time talking about just how much of an influence he was to me when I was coming up with music, but to generations that have passed as well too. Rather than play something like a ballad or something more somber, I thought we'd play a tune that I think really encapsulates Gordon Goodwin's personality and his isms. He was known for very contemporary music, a lot of cross-instrument writing, a very orchestrational approach to the big band. It seems like he really looked at it not just as a jazz ensemble, but as a jazz orchestra, if you will. I think we'll hear that in this piece. And also, he's really well known for some really silly tunes like Backward Politics, Attack of the Killer Rotten Tomatoes, I think his name was one too, Revenge of Count Bubba. Some really funny names. So we're going to do a Gordon Goodwin composition dedicated to him. This one's called Running with Scissors, which is a song name. It's not something we condone here at Nicholls State University. But hope you enjoy Running with Scissors. How about a big hand for percussion, Jack Roach and Dylan Hirsch. And again, that was Caleb on saxophone and Seth Peter on guitar. A big hand for them. And the man that I share a haircut with, how about Colton Bro on trumpet back there. It's also a great time to stand up the trombone section as well too. They have a lot of tough parts down there. So how about Aubrey on trombone, Alex on the trombone, and Kate on trombone, the trombone section. We're going to bring out our final vocalist for the evening. And again, when thinking about some of these charts, I said, we've got to get, I don't know, like a standard or something in there too. So I looked back into kind of the American Ensemble, maybe some of the great Quincy Jones and Sammy Disco arrangements and some of the Frank Sinatra stuff. And I found this great rendition of A Lady's a Tramp. And I thought this would be a great tune for our last singer to take on here. So we're welcoming Xander Cox to the stage, and he's going to sing A Lady is a Tramp. Welcome, Xander, everybody. Okay, there's too many people in my band. How about Michael Keller on bass, vocal 10? If you didn't know, if you need anything at Nicholls, Michael knows what it is. Michael does sports here, he does photography, mixing, I've heard puppet shows, drag racing, whatever you need, Michael does it here. And he plays bass in this big band. He sounds awesome. Another big hand for Michael Keller.
One more big hand for Xander.
How about a big hand for Brittany Quinson on lead tenor tonight as well? And how about a big hand for our trumpet section? That's Danny back there on trumpet, Tristan Terrio, and Colton Rock. Okay, before we get to our last number, I just want to get to a couple quick thank yous. Thank you as always to our department head, Dr. Lucian Suarez, all their faculty and colleagues here. I say at every concert, it's just a joy working here. It never really does feel like work. It's just every day the opportunity to make music with these amazing students in this place is it's just a treat. That's all I can say about it. I have to thank my amazing wife at home who's now holding down an 8-month-old puppy too, which it's been more than I thought it would be, but also always got a Christmas support friends. So thank you, Hon. You're the best. How about one more big hand for this amazing ensemble behind me as well, folks? There's two members of the band I'd like to point out. They're not graduating this semester, but they'll be taking off next year on us heading out. And it's just been a pleasure having both of them in the band. And I always think it's special the time we share together making music. If any of you have had just the joy of this experience, it truly is a bonding time with people. It's something special. It's been a treat to work with them. It's ensemble and watch to see them grow. So a big hand for Kate Fields on trombone and Colton Bro on trumpet. Again, I can't say enough good things about this ensemble. Again, I told them this afternoon in sound check, this is one of my favorite parts of my Tuesdays and Thursdays, is getting the opportunity to direct and work with these amazing students. They've really just done a fantastic job as they do semester in, semester out, year in, year out. I know a lot of you are close with them, supporters of them, so thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you for your support of them. Thank you for your support of live music here in Southeast Louisiana and Thibodeau. It's a very special thing to me. I know it's a special thing to them. I'm sure it's special to you too, so thank you all for being here. We're going to feature two members of our saxophone section that I have not mentioned tonight on a great Jeff Jarvis track called Critical Mass. We'll feature Kenny here on baritone sax, so a big hand for Kenny. And sitting with us all semester, who's really stepped up, I haven't mentioned yet, because if I didn't tell you this, I don't think you would know, but on second alto and solo in this next tune, a junior in high school, I want to begin for Kyle Viertel. Thank you all so much again for coming out. I know it's another rainy night. We're coming into that season in southeastern Louisiana here. I appreciate all of you hanging out with us tonight. Please come and see us again the fall next year. We're always enjoying the opportunity to make music with you and welcome you into your evening. So thanks all again for coming. I hope you enjoy Critical Mass by Jeff Jarvis.
Thanks, everybody.